Yeah.
Are we gonna go buy coffee, Adrian?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
Chino.
Baby Chino?
Baby Chino.
You want baby Chino?
Love yous.
On Amazon Prime Video now.
Is that Adrian's or Luca's?
Yeah.
Who's Adrian's or Luca's?
Cookies.
It is, it's Luca's. It's not Adrian's. What's Adrian gonna have then?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
You've already eaten this morning.
Puppies.
One piece?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to that buka. I buka. I need the buka. I need the buka. Cookies.
Yummy.
Mommy. Nuggies. Nacho. Nacho. No.
Who's there?
I buka.
Why did you take your shoes off?
No.
Go knock on the door. Knock, knock. Can you open the door for us? Who's there? There is. Hi. Don't touch his ears. Don't touch his ears. So, everyone's in a bit of a mood apparently inside the house. I have dedicated this weekend, last weekend, and probably next weekend in getting the house organised. I don't know if you can hear that outside, but they're crying. So yeah, just want to get the house organised, get the backyard and all that sort of stuff ready for summer. Lots of cleaning, replanted quite a lot of grass. So as you can see, removed all the trees. Still have so much to actually move out of the way, put away and so forth, but coming along slowly. I love the hedges because you can't see any of the neighbours. So only got these hedges here. Actually I'm going to put some trees and stuff down there and then just put some hedges on that side, so it's effectively looking like that, where you can't see neighbours at all. Like my goal for this project, or in general for the backyard, was like when you go into your backyard that sort of feel like you're disconnected almost, so effectively you can't see anyone and you just enjoy your own peace and quiet. Anyway, that's what I've tried to replicate with these hedges and so forth. It's just all around, just have enough that you actually, you can't see the fence, you can't see other houses, you can't see anything else. And with that, I'm sort of employing the principles of a forest. So the 7 layers, but I don't think I'll have 7 layers, I'll probably have 3. So you got the canopy layer, then smaller trees, shrubs, climbers, ground cover, roots or root vegetables and things like that. I'm not going to have basically a vegetable garden, but I'm going to have maybe 2-3 layers. So as you can see, these hedges there, there's also a mulberry tree here. I'm going to incorporate those as my sort of mid-tier trees, and then I'm going to have some shrubs like blueberries and so forth that are going to be sort of effectively just shrubs underneath the trees, and then I'm going to have things like crawlers and whatnot on the ground, so just to make sure that the water in the ground doesn't evaporate, and you can have that sort of ecosystem where you plant a lot of things, and you can actually plant a lot of things and it actually saves quite a bit of water, because it plants don't use as much water as it actually evaporates during summer. So if you can actually build it up so much that it almost creates its own little microclimate, and every time the water evaporates it sort of condenses on leaves and things like that and goes back down. That's effectively what I've sort of tried to achieve here. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically plant another maybe 10-20 fruit trees and whatever else at the back here, where I can still see houses and things like that. Probably plant them quite close together, about 1 metre apart. Generally, you probably wouldn't plant that many trees, especially in a commercial setting where you're picking fruits and whatever else. But here, I mean, some of these fruits last for maybe 2 weeks, so it really doesn't matter. If you whether you pick 100 pounds or 15-20 pounds, 10-20 kilos, yeah, it makes no difference. So because you're probably not going to use it all anyway, but depends on what you want to achieve. My cherry tree behind me is just blooming. I can see that. It's really yeah, I think we're going to have a fair few cherries this year, which is nice. So yeah, sun's on the other side, so that's why my face is a bit dark when I turn around the other way. So yeah, that's the goal. Really going to try and get all of this done within the next 2-3 weeks, so that I can effectively just enjoy summer and the kids can enjoy it as well. That's why I ripped off. I had like a little mini orchard that was really good. Had a number of trees there and stuff like that, but some I moved on the border, and then some I just actually chopped down and going to use as firewood once it all dries off. So let's see what happens with that. Anyway, so I actually ended up collecting some sawdust in these bags, and I'm going to actually use that to keep the ground nice and moist. I've got some here as well, and then I'm also just doing a bit of composting, I think. Yeah, so just got to finish off all of these. You can see there's only about 1.5 meters or 1.20 centimeters so gap between these trees. Probably less so between the apple tree and the citrus over here. I'm not too sure if they're going to be producing crazy amount of fruit, but it doesn't really matter. I want to use it as a screen for the above, and then as you can see, even with this olive tree, see how there's plenty of space underneath that you can actually just plant stuff that enjoys a bit of shade, and also there's plenty of space there to do that. And then it just fills it out, so when you look at it from far, like when you look at those hedges over there, it at the bottom, especially when we sort of put some border around there, you won't be able to see the naked part underneath. And you don't want to have too much of the naked part anyway, because you want to, and that's what effectively just dries the soil out if there's nothing to protect. Actually, all the citrus tree gets affected by gall wasps, which are these like little things that lay their eggs in the citrus tree. So you get a potato peeler or whatever it is, and then you just have a bit of a go at it and just peel off one side. And that dries the eggs out, so they don't reproduce. We've had some issues with this previously, but yeah, I think it's getting a little bit better. We just need to maybe take a peeler to it again this year, just to peel off some unwanted pests there, and it should be good to go. I mean, it doesn't necessarily look great, but it doesn't really matter. As long as the tree's alright, that's what matters to me. And the day is almost finished.